Amazing passenger, merchandise, or military ships that have been abandoned in ports, beaches, or rivers. These are the 10 most amazing abandoned ships in the world. Number 10. Arctic Discoverer. It is an oceanographic vessel which was bought by a naval engineer to look for a sunken ship with 20 tons of gold. With it, he managed to find 3 tons of gold that he later sold for $50 million. A series of lawsuits caused a judge to order his arrest in 2012, and the ship ended up being seized and auctioned for $50,000. Number 9. Galleon. It is a Spanish galleon that was converted into a restaurant inspired by the pirate thematic. It is located on a two-louse canal that is primarily intended for tourism. It was in operation for years until the restaurant moved to another part from which the ship could be seen. In 2008, the ship was abandoned and is currently very deteriorated. Number 8. Grande Hermine. It is a replica of a 16th century French ship. It was used to transport passengers on the St. Lawrence River in the first decades of the 20th century. Later, it was bought by a businessman who moved it to the place where it is with the intention of opening a floating restaurant. In 2003, the ship suffered a fire and was abandoned. Number 7. Friendship 500. It was a fast food restaurant that was built on a 200-foot barge for the 1986 Vancouver Expo. After it stopped being profitable and moved to several places until it was abandoned in 1991. During the last years, it has been visited by explorers, and now there are plans to rebuild it and reopen it to the public. Number 6. Panagiotis. It is a cargo ship that was built in 1937 and was used to transport undeclared merchandise. It measures 164 feet and weighed 450 tons. In 1980, he was shipwrecked on the beach when he was being chased by the Greek Navy. Although the crew tried to leave the ship to escape, they were finally captured. Nowadays, the ship has become a popular tourist attraction. Number 5. The Galaxy. It is a huge cruise ship converted into a 5-star hotel that was part of a large tourist complex. It is located inside a lagoon on the second-largest island of Thailand. It has 7 floors with 70 rooms and was the most modern floating hotel in the country. A few years ago, it was abandoned for unknown reasons, and now it is usually visited by tourists. Number 4. Tuxedo Royale. It is a ferry that was built in 1965 and later converted into a club. It had a restaurant and different bars where concerts were organized, to which even famous people went. After 20 years of functioning, the ship was abandoned in 2008. In June of 2017, there was a major fire that destroyed part of the ship. Number 3. Duke of Lancaster. It is a steam passenger ship which was in function until 1979. It measures 377 feet in length and weighs 4,500 tons. It had a capacity for 1,200 passengers and 105 automobiles. It is currently stranded on a river in northeast Wales, and there are plans to make it the largest outdoor art gallery in the United Kingdom. Number 2. Colbert C611. It is a light cruiser of the French Navy which entered service in 1959. It measures 590 feet, weighs 11,000 tons, and can reach 37 miles per hour. It was operating in the Mediterranean along with aircraft carriers and frigates until 1991. Later, it was converted into a museum that could be visited until 2007. Now it remains anchored in a French port, waiting to be dismantled. Number 1. SS United States. It is an American transatlantic with 980 feet length and a weight of 50,000 tons. It was built in 1952 to transport troops in case it is needed. It had the capacity to transport 15,000 soldiers and crossed the Atlantic uninterruptedly until it was withdrawn in 1969. Later, the Army kept it sealed and ready for action until it was abandoned in 1978. At present, it is maintained thanks to private donations, and there are plans to turn it into a tourist attraction.